All right.
Hey.
Hey, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. Welcome to our stage.
Finally, some Brazilian atmosphere now. Oh, excellent.
Olé.
Excellent. Vanessa, your role in this event is vacation rental, right?
Yes.
We have a lot of hotels with us still, but obviously vacation, we want to cover different industries, and your part is the vacation rental. And before I go into a lot of things, maybe it's best if you quickly introduce yourself, really say what your company is doing. And I know that you also run an event, I think it's 7, with even more participants than we had. So vacation rental has more people, right? So so great. And you run a lot of great events, so I always love them. I should have participated in many more. But yeah, go ahead.
Thanks. I'll send you the recording if you want of tonight. So I'm Vanessa. I'm co-founder and marketing director of Rentals United. Rentals United is a channel manager for the vacation rental industry specifically, right? So we don't have much hotel products at all. And yeah, so we're a distribution platform. So we have good visibility about what's going on in terms of bookings at the moment and before. And I have bad news for hoteliers. We're here to stay. We're not dying off. We've had like less than 1% churn so far because of the crisis. So property managers are staying strong. They have various ways they're approaching it. So we recommend a more varied marketing mix, right? So for urban short-term rental, we recommend going midterm. So we have quite a few channels connected to us that are dedicated to midterm bookings, so 30-day plus. So we think that actually we see from the stats that there's quite a few more bookings for 30-day plus as people are either stuck or they're digital nomads or they're expats, etc. So there's quite a few of those. So that's what we recommend for short-term rentals that are in urban locations for the short to mid-term future. And when it comes to more leisure, non-urban locations, we recommend to focus on the domestic travel. First regional, as we expect that's going to happen first. I'm sure you discussed it this at length today. But and then domestic. So what is it that property managers can do to get more domestic customers? So for example, myself, I'm a property manager for 2 rentals, legal rentals in Barcelona and Sitges. And
legal?
Yeah, no, they're legal. We're hoping that all the illegal ones will actually, disappear now with this crisis. So, who do we remain are the property managers with the professional attitude. And so I have 2 rentals, and I'm seeing domestic bookings for in 2 months already, right? So this would seem that the Spanish people think that they're going to have their summer as usual in July and August, and they're starting to book. And so leisure, I think could focus on domestic more than urban. Urban is a real problem. Then I can tell you more challenges that we have. I mean, compared to hotels, we have obviously the cleaning is a challenge, right? It was before the crisis, but now it's even worse. We have to employ professional cleaners. We have to somehow show that we're very good at cleaning. That's there's procedures in place, etc. So that's something where we think that quite a few moms and pops property management company, as we call them, will disappear because they won't be able to provide this kind of an assurance that travelers will want to get, right? So that's one thing. And then some property managers are giving up. I mean, I don't have these stats because, as I said, we have less than 1% churn. But I've seen in the news that there's a surge of furnished long-term rental apartments in various countries, going on the market. So they're lost to us as such for at least a year, right? But they'll come back, hopefully.
But that's actually one thing I read in the news was that markets, for example, like Dublin and Prague, where obviously there's a lot of non-controlled Airbnb business going on, all of a sudden, there are tons of available apartments for the regular local people to rent, right? So apparently, like all these people who were selling via Airbnb and those platforms and to tourists were all of a sudden like panicking and like, oh my God, tourism is breaking off. And like you said, but they not go into midterm, but even into long-term leases, right?
Yeah.
So, and then those apartments are literally disappearing from the market, which is on the one side great for hotels because obviously there's less competition, and then there is also it's great for the local people because they get more affordable apartment in a better location. Is that something you can observe or confirm, or is this just news?
Yeah,
fake news?
No, it's new. Hopefully it's not fake, but no, I don't have the stats because we haven't seen a huge drop of inventory, which we expected. We thought, okay, so lots of people. I think because we work with bigger property managers, right? I think they're mixing. I think probably they're mixing some into long-term, mid-term, and then staying short-term. So we haven't seen that. But I mean, it's great for property managers because if there's less product, then and there's still demand, hopefully, then we can keep our prices up.
I mean, maybe we see a more professional rental market after the crisis than before, because the non-professionals will go out, and I think this is good for all of us, and maybe just the professionals will stay there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Let's get the illegals out. Absolutely.
Yeah, the illegals and so on. But what do you think of Airbnb at all? Will they come back stronger, or?
It's tough for me to comment because obviously they're my clients and very good partners.
They're not here. They haven't signed up, so don't worry.
There's nobody listening. It's not a problem. It's just us three, so you can go for it.
No. I think from the property management side, they really played it wrongly, right? By offering all these cancellations, all the travelers got their money back, and the property managers got screwed, basically. And so there was a huge uproar on the property management side, like we'll never get back onto Airbnb. But then on the other side, Airbnb played it really well with their travelers, right? Because people were saying, oh, they're wonderful, they gave me my money back, etc. Booking.com the same, and so they're going to flock back to them the moment they can travel again. So I don't think I think they're going to do fine, personally. They're going to have maybe some problems with product. You have to take care of both sides, right, when you're a middleman, but if there's bookings, then there will be product.
Sure. And I guess it depends a little bit on their investor, SoftBank, if they will spend more money in it or not, but
Bueno, I don't see the end of it for now.
Money, right? So after all, they were able to get money out of the investors, so another $1 billion, right? So from a liquidity standpoint, they're pretty well off, and I think from a let's again dig into that travel behavior. That I know it's always glass ball, right? And we're always struggling about thinking about what's the right way or not. But when I think about the future and the way we travel, if people have the choice on going on a holiday and they go into like a hotel with 800 rooms, or they can stay in an apartment, right? From a hygienic perspective and all these kind of things, an Airbnb is potentially a much safer place than any hotel. Is that, or how do you see that?
Potentially, but again, we need to sort this cleaning out. Cleaning is paramount for this to work, right? To give this confidence.
The problem on operating.
But could you imagine that we will see new kind of standards there to communicate to the guests how the cleaning was done or something? Yeah,
some partnerships are being made already. I know of one between Booking.com and Properly. Properly is one of those platforms that allow you to tap into hotel cleaning companies, and you can use them for your vacation rental. So there's a partnership already going on between an OTA and one of those platforms. And then other of these middlemen for cleaning that put you in touch with the cleaners, they're also providing badges and things like this that you can say, it's really happening. So the professional property managers have to ask this question and see how they can
I mean, isn't that increasing operational costs? I mean, is that the problem that the cleaning?
Yes.
Yeah. So and that will increase.
Yes, but the word is out that you can actually charge more for cleaning because it's even a marketing stunt as such, because that means you spend more time on cleaning. So it won't put people off from booking.
And when you sell an apartment, let's say, and that's a key difference to a hotel. I didn't know that was actually a key differentiator, right? Because cleaning is a separate note on the bill, right? When you book on Airbnb, right? You say this is a room, this is a service charge, right? And
correct.
The service charge goes up. Yeah. You could say, okay, this is Corona, but it seems psychology-wise the room rate is not going up, but just the cleaning is going up. All right, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that way again, and so maybe we should think about how we display our prices on our websites, Konstantin, right? And then put cleaning separately and
put cleaning separately. Yeah.
So that's something we should do. Yeah. So
there you go. Learn from us.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. Interesting. From a technology standpoint, I mean, as you said, you're providing channel management and etc. PP. But do you see any, let's say, I mean, obviously, do you, I mean, from a technology and demand standpoint, do you see any changes on demand and maybe potential pick-ups in certain region where you could already see there's some hope at the horizon? Or do you also, like many previous speakers, are you more into no, everything is flat?
Actually, it's not flat. We're doing, we still have sales. We didn't expect any, so we made a budget for no sales for quite some time, but we still have customers coming to us. And I think it's because they see this importance of the marketing mix. They probably had just Airbnb, just Booking.com, and you know, they got into trouble with that. And so they're really into the marketing mix, and that's a very strong message. So we see new customers come in. The word is out. I mean, the larger ones that we've been speaking to, they're kind of pausing that. The conversation is still happening, but they want to pay later, basically, right? So it's not like they're saying this is a closed door and never want to hear about channel management again. And as I said, you know, it's crazy, but we really have less than 1% churn. So, you know, the great thing about our model when it comes to payment is that we're not on commission, right? We're on MRR, so we're able to sustain.
What does it mean?
On monthly recurring revenue. So they pay us monthly, basically.
There's no business.
So our competitors.
But don't they say? Sorry? But if they say like monthly, let's say 50 euro or 100 euro, isn't it like, hey, I have no business, I don't want to pay you?
Well, and there you go. They're still paying.
They're still
and this, yes, and we still see bookings come through.
Okay.
It's not like we have zero bookings. I mean, there's a sharp decline, clearly, but we still have bookings come through.
And you're system relevant, right? Because if they turn you off, then they have no access to the market at all, right?
Wow. And so it's tough to start. You know, start again is very tough. Yeah. Takes a while to do it right. So so we're in a good position. Touch wood.
You have them in a steel grip. Yeah, that's great. Thanks a lot for coming. I know it's we do very short interviews, but for me it's really about giving the audience a bit of an inside view on how is
it's nice.
The market's doing, and vacation rental seems, I mean, and with your positive smile, it seems that everything right?
Sorry, I'm not crying. No. So we're here to stay.
That's just the right attitude, right? Because I always think that's the way we should do it, and that's the way things should be. And
well done for your event anyway. It's been great. I've been logging in and out. It's been amazing.
Yes,
I learned a lot.
Okay, cool. Yes. Thanks a lot. We have our next two partners joining already, and Kath.
There we go.
Yes, video. Perfect. Vanessa, I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
I hope I can make it. Is there any update on your trip circus on your event in Barcelona that you want to do?
Yeah, so we moved it to next year. And the idea is to get hoteliers and vacation rental property managers together.
Yes.
So we can, you know, seal this and do stuff together and stop fighting each other.
Yes,
right?
I'm looking forward.
So we're going to do this. Yeah, and it's going to be a circus. So worth attending next year, Barcelona.
And feel free if you want. You can leave an address of yourself and of your events in the event chat to do some self-marketing. Feel free to do that. Maybe someone.
That's sweet. Thank you.
Right. Some people have been with us for 6 hours. Maybe they want to do another 2 hours with you. Right.
I'll do that.
Wish you all the best.
All right. See you later. Have fun. Bye.
Thank you so much.